Well, good morning everyone. Hope you are doing good and having a great week. To all my returning subscribers, thank you for your support. And to our viewers and those recently subscribed, thank you and welcome to this channel. As you saw in the introduction of this video, today we're going to talk about some world banknotes. Specifically for this video, I will be sharing with you the British Armed Forces military banknotes or vouchers that were issued from 1946 to 1972. The British Armed Forces banknotes were issued in various denominations, the highest being the £1. And for this video, we're going to take a closer look at the fourth series of £1 banknotes that were issued out in 1962. I did a poll previously asking if any of you guys recognize what these banknotes are, and most of you seem to know what they are. So for this video, I'll start first by quickly going through a brief description about their issuance history. Then we'll move on and take a look at these specific banknotes over here. But before we get to all of that, I'd just like to put it out there that I do have a crowdfunding page on Buy Me a Coffee, the link of which you can find in the description text of my YouTube homepage. So go ahead and click on that and have a look, and I would appreciate any support that you guys can give, as this channel here is not monetized. Alright, with that all done, let's go ahead and take a look at some military banknotes vouchers. So just to give you a brief rundown on why these banknotes were issued. The British Armed Forces set up the British Army of the Rhine in Germany after the Second World War to occupy the 4 occupation zones that were held by the Allied forces. One of the main tasks for the British Army of the Rhine, or BARR, while occupying Germany was to disband and disarm the German fighting machine, as well as to reassemble and reconstitute the country's basic infrastructure and economy. As the BARR operated as a separate entity in the country, it soon emerged that they required a monetary system that functioned to serve the needs of the occupying forces. The initial use of the British pound sterling by the armed forces resulted in a number of problems. The first being goods intended for the use by the troops were being sold on the black market among the local population at highly inflated prices. That resulted in millions of pounds sterling being lost by taxpayers of Britain. It was also found that soldiers serving in these occupation forces that were paid in local currencies rather than their own currency tend to inject these currencies into the local economy, and that could result in severe inflation. And finally, the British government also realized that the circulating British sterling pounds that were used in the occupied region tend to fall into the hands of opposing forces who would use the British currencies to buy stocks of war material in the use of their effort to oppose the British government. To combat all of these, the first series of military banknotes were issued out in 1946, and the smallest denomination of this series was the 3 pence, while the highest was the £1. These were quickly followed by the second series that were released in 1948, and the second series had the lowest denomination of 3 pence and the highest of £5. Both the first and second series were printed by Thomas de la Rue, who also printed out the third series in 1956 for use during the Suez Crisis in the Middle East, the smallest denomination of the third series being the 3 pence and the highest being the £1. The fourth series were issued out from 1962, and these are the notes that you see on your screen right now. These notes were printed by Bradbury, Wilkinson & Co., and the smallest denomination of this series was the 3 pence, while the highest are the £1 that you see on your screen right over here. The fifth series were issued out during the 1960s. These are known to be quite rare, with only a few proof specimens. And then they were followed by the final 6 series issued out from 1972. These banknotes switched over to the decimal currencies with denominations of 5 pence, 10 pence and 50 pence. So the fourth series £1 banknotes that you see over here are the final series of £1 banknotes to be issued for the British Armed Forces. Currently for my collection, I just have these 3 banknotes to show you guys. As you can see over here, there are £1 banknotes from the fourth series. They are all in uncirculated condition, and they are all sequentially numbered with the prefix of K/3 and the first number of 24 to 26. These banknotes are printed on paper. They have a length of 139mm with a width of 70mm. No vintage numbers are available for these, but they are printed by Bradbury and Wilkinson of the United Kingdom. Here's a closer look at one of the banknotes. As you can see, it's in uncirculated crisp condition with no folds on it. And right over here we can see that it's issued out for the British Armed Forces. This is a special voucher to be used in the directions that's listed on the reverse. And right on the reverse over here we have this text that reads, "This note is valid only for transactions within official canteens and organizations laid down in the GROs of the theatre, except as may be expressly provided in the GROs. It must in no circumstances be offered to any persons who is not entitled to use British service canteens. Improper use of this note is a disciplinary offence and may render the offender liable to penalties." Pretty interesting description on the reverse of the note. Quite interesting colors on this banknote actually. And really awesome to have an example, or actually 3 examples of these banknotes, sequentially numbered and in uncirculated conditions. I found these military banknotes from William Ng collection, one of my favorite coin stores to visit right here in Singapore. He did have quite a few of these banknotes, but the ones that you see over here were the ones in the best of condition and sequentially numbered, so I immediately picked them up. They were not that expensive, I just paid a few dollars for all of them. And from information that I researched online, it appears that on the 14th of February 1991, the British Ministry of Defence, or MOD, auctioned off their stock of almost 17 million uncirculated military banknotes from the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and 6th series to a consortium of dealers. And that's the reason why we are probably seeing so many of these banknotes in such excellent condition, as you see with the ones right over here. And with that, I guess that will do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you learned something about the British Armed Forces military vouchers or banknotes that were issued from 1946 to 1972. And if you do have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, don't forget to leave me a like if you have enjoyed this content, and be sure to hit that share and subscribe buttons down here if you have not done so. As always, from everybody over here, you all please take care, be safe, and have a nice day.